Hmm. Hello?
Hi. Yeah, I couldn't unmute myself. Hi, can I open, Daniela?
Yes, please. Please do.
I'm sorry I couldn't unmute myself. Good evening, everyone. It is a fast from Jerusalem. Again, thank you for being with us in this vigil, which will hold us to. Tonight, I would like to share you again in my personal experience. I think it's common for it's not only me, but I bring it in my name. And I find myself in a very big and unpleasant conflict and dissonance. Because from one hand, I really reject all the activities of the Israeli government against this continuation of the war, taking the suffer of both sides and really stand against this Israeli government policy and doing. And from the other side, when Israel as a state, as a whole, as a people, becomes so isolated and condemned by the whole world or more and more countries. So it brings up very ancient pain of being isolated, being accused. Like, really, I think the main feeling is isolating. So it's it makes me and other people try to find ourselves as what is the common that hold us together against, is to speak this isolation in the world, and from the other hand, to hold the rejection to the government. So it is a very, very emotional, complicated situation. Thank you.
Wow, Efrat. This is Helen. It is something to be like this in the middle of opposite feelings, and it is also so scary because I feel it also, and threatening to feel so isolated in the world. And when I look at the Middle East again, as a whole, I can sense the struggle all the countries of the area are going through. And they're struggling to achieve self-expression and assert their place in the world. And unfortunately, they're still doing it by violence and chaos, including my country. And my constant question is, can we do it another way? Can we acknowledge our mutual existence in the Middle East? If we can't do it on our own, can we ask help for mediation and agreements instead of getting help for arms of war and destruction? This demands a lot of goodwill on all sides, but I focus on our side. A lot of goodwill. It will take time. Might this be our contribution to assist the world to exit the sixth ray age, which is raging right now, right here? Yeah, this is what I have to share from here. Over to you, Uta.
Yeah, thank you, Helen and Efrat, for this heartfelt sharing, linking us, making it feelable what's going on in the Middle East. Yeah, so let us do our part. So let us take a deep breath. And settling into our physical body. And touching base with the earth. Feeling our heart. See if we can find a place of peace in our heart. And focus the awareness now in the center of the head. And let soul energy flood the personality. We stand as a conscious soul in incarnation. And as such, let us link in with each other. And for a moment, feeling the love flowing from heart to heart. The gratitude for being able to do this work together. This shared commitment. We sense the group heart pulsing. And now let the light of our minds slowly come together, synchronizing, being in this group mind together, establishing a telepathic field from ajna to ajna. Standing soul to soul in the common work, in the will to peace. Let us sense the many other co-workers from all over the world joining us in this work, contributing their lighted thought and their dedicated heart. Doing this week after week, we are a magnet of steady radiance. And let us now, as a group, open our channel to our higher co-workers on the subtle planes. Taking a moment to tune our group magnet to their vibration. Holding this higher alignment throughout this meditation, let us now take up our position between the higher co-workers and the condition in the Middle East. Stand consciously in this midway point. And starting now to look at the Middle East as impartial observers, beginning with the physical plane, looking at Israel within its present borders, getting a sense of the occupied Palestinian territory of the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip, now adding Egypt to the south, Jordan and Syria to the east, and Lebanon to the north, take a moment to observe the current emotional state of the people in this region. And now shifting to look at the mental forces at play, the mental level, and here including in our vision the other nations in the Middle East, and also the influence of nations from outside the region. And let us take a few moments to observe this complex situation, this vast, multi-layered field of tension. And let us make sure that we are releasing all judgment, getting a sense of all these different parties involved, being stretched by this complexity, trying to do their best, each according to their background and level of development. Taking a few moments to observe the mental dynamics of the Middle East. And refocusing now for a moment in our position between the condition on the ground and the higher forces of light and love and will. Opening upward now to the higher co-workers, and with them to that part of the divine plan which pertains to the Middle East. Let us take a moment of intent, silent contemplation, opening our consciousness as far as possible to an ashramic perspective on the Middle East situation. And let us now act as a conduit for soul vision and inclusive love. See and sense now a shaft of pure golden white light, broad and brilliant, flooding the region of the Middle East. See a huge column of light pouring through all planes. See the light strengthen the thinkers of the Middle East and also of other nations, those who work for an inclusive vision, for a true way out of these perpetual cycles of violence. See new approaches based on our common humanness slowly taking shape, gaining substance. And let us will this to be so. See the mental field in which these new ways emerge, slowly becoming lighter, clearer, more penetrable to soul energy. And visualize the light pouring through into the emotional sphere of the Middle East now, soothing, healing, gently inviting towards love, redirecting feelings of vengeance into the yearning for another day, another way. Visualize the hearts of the inhabitants of the region respond to the soul energy, softening, gradually sensing better options. And let us nurture this process with our love. Holding the energy of love available to the inhabitants. See the light now pouring into the etheric physical plane of the region. Revitalizing. See it penetrating into the earth underneath the area, transmuting the layers of history of violence and war towards the dream of right relationships. See purifying energy flowing through, renewing, revitalizing the earth. Visualize seeds of a higher order slowly sprouting in the region. See a higher order based on right relations taking shape in the entire Middle East, bit by bit. Let us take a moment to hold space for this possibility. And as we sound now the great invocation in Hebrew and in Arabic, let us radiate the possibility of a new day into the consciousness of the people in the Middle East and throughout the world.
מנקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, זרום האור אל דעת האדם. ירד האור על פני האדמה. מנקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, זרום האהבה אל לבבות אנוש. ושוב מורה עולם על פני האדמה. מהמרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, הנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם, תכלית אותה מורי האנושות יודעים, משרתים. מהמרכז אשר נקרא המין האנושי, שם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון ויחדשו אור, אהבה ועוצמה את התוכנית על פני האדמה. אמן.
من نقطة النور في العقل الإلهي ليشع النور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض. من نقطة الحب في القلب الإلهي ليتسرب الحب في قلوب الناس وليرجع معلم الكون إلى الأرض. من المركز الذي تعرف منها إرادة الله لتقود الغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية التي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي ندعون بالجنس البشري لينتج تسمين الحب والنور ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر، ليجدد النور والحب والقوة والتسمين على الأرض. الله أمين. Oh.